All right, let's get this train rolling. I'm gonna move on, man. My last video, I worked on cable specifically in MVC2 for Mugen. I'm gonna just load up cable and just re-show the progress that I've made in the last video there. For cable, I did what's called the prep phases or the physics drops for the character, which is the first few frames where the hair and whatever other physics, I think in his case it was his chest, needed to properly fall in place. As you can see here, I'm gonna slowly click it. As you can see there, there's the frames where he falls into place and then it goes into its normal idle. Well, actually, he has four frames, but as you can see there, it goes into the normal idle. I also went through the idle animation and I removed all of the excessive blinking that he has. This cable, default cable specifically, blinks a lot. And I removed all of those frames and I made a makeshift normal blink that it's clear, concise, and is straight to the point. I'm gonna back out. I'm gonna zoom in, slide it down just slightly, and then play it. And that's what it looks like in real time. As you can see there, I edited his face, got rid of that weird blink. If you look closely at his eyes there, you'll see him do the makeshift blink that I've created myself. It's a very clear blink. There it was. Very clear blink, straight to the point. No weird um excessive blinking anymore. This cable looks awesome now. All right, I'm gonna move forward. I'm going to show you the crouch too. I usually typically will edit the crouch because MVC2 has probably the worst crouches in the Versus series, given that the crouches don't have animations to them. They're actually filed down from the previous games, which actually had more animated crouches. So for this crouch, of course, I did the physics drop. I'll just click through them. It should be 3 or 4 frames. There it goes. And then I just fully animated the crouch and the end result. I have to play it in real time so you can get it. Overall the modifications that I made, I animated his back arm so that he bends his gun in slightly. He has flexing of a muscle in his right, your left, but that arm specifically flexes the bicep. A lot of his musculature has been overhauled pretty much in order to make it flex and to relax. In regards to his left arm, he bends his elbow out and he slightly shifts his fist back and forth. Besides that, in its entirety, his body sways from left to right. I'll just play it out so you can get the gist. There it goes. That's what it looks like. Immaculate. In between videos, I did some tweaking to the minute muscular tweaks, the flexing of his muscles all over his body, including his chest, but not limited to his chest, but his chest, his legs, his abs, even his arms to an extent. I even added makeshift lighting to that back arm, and I have to say it looks amazing now. All right, I gotta move forward here, so I'm gonna close out this cable. I probably should. Let me let me back out so you can see the frames raw. So this is what it looks like raw. Oops, I was just clicking through the frames. That's what my frames look like raw. My organization of the frames is can be all over the place. In this case, the only thing that's a little out of place is the blink animation. I labeled it 110 instead of one of the triple digits that I usually use. But yeah, I digress. So I'm going to close this out. I'm going to move on, jumping into the folder here, back out, go to characters in MVC2. Just going down. I've done alphabetically all of the vanilla characters so far, ranging from Akuma to Amingo to BB Hood to Blackheart to Cable. And I think those are the ones. I may have skipped one or two. But yeah, so far I'm just doing vanilla. Now moving along, I'm going to find another vanilla character. Wow, look who we have here. Isn't Cammy? Cammy is vanilla, isn't she? I'm gonna click this Cammy. This low key might be a different version of Cammy. Might be like Delta. It might be a different version. Jump in. No, I think this is base game Cammy. Pretty sure Cammy is in the base game of MVC2. Jump through a frame. It looks like I already did physics frame for her. Her physics frames that I added in for her is her hair and her boobs. She's got bouncing boobs now. And I'm gonna move forward in the frames here so you can see it. See it? And then it goes into a normal animation. Those frames are very fast too. You barely notice it in game, but it's there. I'll just play it out. Let me zoom out. Play it out. That's what it looks like. Pretty awesome, right? She's even got bounce on her idol that I've integrated into it. So this looks fine. It's very fluid. It's got better animations now. I'm gonna move forward, see what her crouch looks like. Of course, she's got physics drops for her crouch that including but not limited to her hair and her boobs. They should bounce, fall into place. Let me zoom in. Just clicking forward. Yeah, she's got it, and she's got blinking. So she's got the sweet. That's what it looks like. There's that MVC2 static animation there. I really don't like that when the character's not animated. So in this case, I guess I can animate Cammy. She wouldn't require. I don't think she'll require much, but yeah, let's just do it. Let's go. So let's find her frame one. I think her frame one is 11:0. Yeah, her frame one is 11:0. I'm gonna jump over to a frame one, make a duplicate of that frame. I'm gonna name that frame. I'll call it quadruple one. I go into the quadruples because I know I've already used the my triple digit naming convention. So I'm gonna edit this. I'm gonna jump in. Uh, what do I want to do for her? For Cammy specifically, I think I want to shift her body. I'm gonna shift her entire body back. I want to shift her body back. So I'm gonna specifically her upper body. So I'm gonna copy paste this. I'm going to actually I can't do that. God dang it. I have to edit the properties of the layer. So I'm gonna jump up, go to sprite, fall down in the image, click properties. I'm gonna add height to the property. Do about 10. Okay. Now I'm gonna do that shift that I was attempting to do here. And it's just for her torso. I actually just picked up more than I should have really. Okay, excuse me, just a slight shift up. I didn't even technically I didn't even have to move uh her hand. There's really no point in moving her hand up, but it's whatever. It's not a big deal, so I'll leave it in there. Turn the eraser down. I'm gonna delete specifically the layer that I don't want to move. Actually, let me stick to the top layer. Anything I don't want to shift, I'm going to delete, which should be it should be majority of everything you see here, ranging from her rib cage up to her breast. I don't want any of that stuff to shift. I even want her arm to stay put, at least her forearm. I want her forearm to stay in place. Okay, so that should be a clean wipe away of the things I don't want to shift. So I'm going to I'm going to do what I call cleaning of artifacting, which is just simply running the eraser over the bottom part of the top layer here to make sure there's no leftover pixels. Now I'm on the bottom layer. On the bottom layer, now I'm going to delete the stuff that I am shifting. Didn't do that. That wasn't on purpose. I got to get into the habit of letting go of the eraser when I do this too. I'm prone to making mistakes. Okay. Sometimes I do that. I'll do what's called over erasing to show me exactly where things stop sometimes because I need to know exactly where where my edit stopped, and I don't wanna go overboard with the erasing my mistake. There are moments where I could be like completely oblivious to what I'm doing. Like that. Usually I'll toggle the layer off and on, and that usually shows me what I need to edit to. So I like that. That's a nice breath. So I'm gonna turn the eraser down to one, jump on the top layer, and just trim out the nonsense here underneath the breast. Okay, that's perfect. So let's save it out. And that's a full shift of her upper torso. Close it out. Let's make a duplicate. In the duplicate, I'm gonna name the duplicate triple two. And I'm gonna edit that like so. And she's gonna keep shifting upward. I'm going to this time just I'm grabbing her torso twice, but I'm grabbing a specific part of her torso, meaning I'm going to exclude her fist and some other things. But yeah, basically I want to exclude the fist. So she's still shifting up. Okay, got to be super careful here. So everything I don't want to shift, I don't want this fist to shift. I know that. So I'm going to delete the fist in its entirety. Got to be very careful here not to erase any of the knee, because if the slightest pixel is off, my reshade that I utilize to remove pixelation will it'll pick it up and it'll be like, actually I can't delete this. I'm not shifting the knee. Correction. I have to be careful not to exclude the knee in any way. Okay? I want a little bit more of her torso to shift. Excuse me. So I'm going to just trace. Don't worry, I see that artifacting, these two brown pixels right here, right next to the ponytail. I'll clear that out later. It's not really a big deal that I get to it at the moment. And for this shift, I want slightly more of a forearm to go up. Actually, I should make less of a forearm go up. I want to trim the back of this correction. Yeah. I'm gonna trim the back of this forearm like this. Oh, I can't do that, huh? Wait, double check. Okay, just double checking there. Again, I want to keep that abdomen. I'm gonna take off the bottom of this forearm like this. I might have to draw this in. It's not it the issue I'm having is the forearm is not angled properly, which means I'm gonna have to do some art here. I.e., I'm gonna have to draw some stuff in to make this look right, and I can do that now. It's not a big deal if I knock that out. I think her arm will be about down here. Let's do a 2 point slide for it. Yeah, that should be fine. Let me draw back in the blue. Okay, let's get this gradient that she has in the armpit. Let me do that. Let's get the gradient as I was saying. Okay, let's top off the gradient. All right, perfect. Let's do this odd Nazi-like armband that she has. I'm sure there's a term for it, but that's what my brain defaults to. Freaking Nazis. That looks like I just picked up something opaque, or rather transparent. All right, drop that down, and I think I can do that. All right, okay. Let me make sure I'm not doing anything wrong here. Just covering my butt here, making sure the shading is right on the back of our arm or whatever. All right, trim this and do this. Oh, yeah, safe. Okay. All right. So that arm is fixed. So that should be a full proper shift. I'm gonna jump to the bottom layer. Have make sure the eraser is super big. What did I not shift? I think her hand. Just a quick test to make sure. Okay. So I didn't shift her hand, so I can focus on her upper torso here, like so. Okay. Just seeing how far down that goes. All right. So it's about here. Gotta remember to let go of the eraser for God's sakes, so that I'm not over. So if I ever have to undo or control Z, I won't have to go too far. Prime example there. All right, should be good. Just doing a clean sweep over it twice to make sure that I don't have any artifacting. Okay. All right, that should be a full shift of her upper body there. Um, thinking. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I said I will fix that issue there right here on her lower torso. I think I'm gonna go dark. Yeah, I'll go dark. Yeah, that won't be too noticeable. All right. Even though dark doesn't make sense because the torso is shifting up and to the left, it technically wouldn't be dark. It would only get darker like that if she was like crunching or if she's moving in opposing direction. I'm gonna make it light. All right, save it out, close it. Okay, so that's two successful frames of her. Yeah, pretty much that's two successful frames of her shifting up and to the left. I'm gonna make another duplicate because I never do two frames of anything. And in this duplicate, I'm gonna name it quadruple 3. I'm gonna edit this, and the only thing I'm gonna shift here is her head. See how this looks. And I'm gonna shift her head with back look right or with up and back. She's gonna fully adjust her posture if I do it in this manner. I'm debating if that's good. Also, I made a mistake. I need all of the ponytail. I only have a fraction of a ponytail in the selection here. So I'm gonna back out, grab the whole ponytail, and now shift it up. Debating if I should shift it up. Yeah, that's fine. I don't see like why that would be an issue. Go to the bottom layer, delete the stuff I'm not shifting, or rather stuff I am shifting from the bottom layer, like so. This is the top layer. Correction. Now I'm on the bottom layer. Delete the stuff I'm shifting on the bottom layer. I knew something was up when that pixel over the shoulder didn't move. Something was really wrong there. Alright, I'm going to jump back to my top layer. And I'm going to do some very tiny editing to this top layer that just to make sense of it. For instance, if her head is shifting up, her hair would actually naturally adjust to fit it, i.e. more would show for the back of her head. So I'm gonna do some very slight work here to kind of help it out. Also at this angle, her shoulders would be more prominent than they are. I'm trying to find a pixel. Okay, just trying to find this color specifically. There we go. Think like that, even though that's a little excessive. Let's uh let's do that. I'll keep it that way. Forget the colors on the head too. I like that. That's better. I'm gonna throw a gradient in here very quickly, just here, and that's fine. That looks awesome. All right, so that's her head shifting up. That's all I need to do for the third frame. Trying to think, should I animate the hand? Nah, the hands are fine for now. I'm gonna save it out, close it. All right, so that's my 3 frames. What else could I do here to improve this too? I'm actually thinking I could shift the entirety of her torso back, which would actually be pretty cool. So I'm going to reopen this. I'm going to do a full shift starting, I'm thinking here, starting here. So I'm going to copy paste that, shift it back. For now, I can do one. I have to keep in mind, I'm thinking one. I'm going to shift one for now. I'm going to trim this so I can make sure I'm only sliding back the things I want to slide back and nothing else. Okay, for the hand, I don't want her knee to slide. I want her lower foot to remain. Hmm, that should be good. Does this slide back? Uh, Thinking, looking looking at the ponytail. Yeah, I'll slide the ponytail back. Whatever. What was that? The top layer? I hope that was the top layer I just edited. Hold on a sec. That looked like the bottom layer that I was just editing. Can't make mistakes here. So I'm on the top layer, deleting everything on the top layer I don't want to shift. So I have to do it twice. Sometimes my brain does that. I'll just forget what I was doing initially. Okay, everything I don't want to shift, I'm deleting here. And if she's shifting at this angle, I don't think this would be here. I think it would bend like this. All of this is shifting upper body wise. So I'll go to the bottom, jump into the bottom layer, delete everything underneath, which should be easy. Make sure there's no artifacting. Alright, and that should be it. Go to the top. I'm going to do a little bit of manipulation here to make sure it's a smooth shift. So, like for instance, this part of her, crap. Did I not include that? Yeah, that is included. So it does shift. Alright, let me just to double check. Okay, thinking here. Looks like the ponytail is shifting back big time. Okay, if the ponytail is shifting back, that means I need to delete the bottom layer like that. Yeah, 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 yeah. I see that trim too that I took off on the bottom, the bell of the ponytail. I'll draw it back. If I can find a freaking color, I'll draw it back. Where's this dang? Where's the color? All right, sit on the top layer, grab the color. There it goes. Okay. All right, so that's a full shift right there. I can immediately see the boot. Something's up with the boot that I need to fix immediately. So I'm going to do that. Otherwise, it'll ruin. This will pretty much just ruin the art. Do one shift, then I'm gonna jump back in. I think I can do 2 shifts right here. Actually, one is fine. I noticed this gets dark over here, this side of the boot. So I'm gonna take this color with the color picker, and I'm gonna draw it back in so that it doesn't overextend the outline, and that should be fine. So I'm gonna save it, and that's just one shift. I'm gonna save it and close it. Okay, that's quadruple 1 through quadruple 3. As she bends her body back, I'm observing her musculature, seeing if there's anything I could flex, extend, if anything I could do with her muscles. while remembering this is her body up and to the left fully. She I don't think you would flex your abdomen if you were extending your body upward. I think it would actually be the opposite of that. But the this angle at this angle, I don't know. I don't think she flexes or extends anything. Also she's a girl, so she's got softer, more curvier. She's got prettier features than a dude does, so she won't have like grotesque muscles flexing. I think this is fine. Okay, so all I have to do now, maybe a hair animation would be cool. I think a hair animation would be cool. I'm gonna duplicate triple three just for the sake of having more frames. Like it doesn't sit right with me to have only 3 frames. Oh, sorry, my mic. Sorry about that. Having issues with my headphone, or rather my headphones. They just slipped, but I fixed it. So it doesn't sit right with me having just 3 frames, so I'm gonna make 4. I'm gonna do one, two, three, 4. So that's my quadruple 4, which is just a duplicate of quadruple 3. I'm gonna edit quadruple 4 here, and the edit I'm gonna do. Hmm, I got an idea. I want to shift. I'm gonna shift the entire bang. I gotta be careful here though. It's gotta be pixel perfect. I can control X this too. Control X, control V, shift back, and then for this I'm not gonna control V it, but should I do 2 or just 1? Yeah, yes, this is actually my thought process when I do this. I'm thinking 1, because I'm gonna do another shift for the bang. It's gonna be like a hard movement too. No, let's keep it soft. Save it, close it, do another duplicate, name that duplicate. I thought about bouncing her breast too, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't need to. It's not necessary really. Now that I think about it, now that I have thought about it, I want to go out further, about right here. Shift that part of ponytail. I have to be careful here because I'm in, and I have to remember that I did shift. Got to keep in mind my other shift I made too. Shifts twice. Okay, save it, close it. Yeah, I thought about jiggling her boobs, but it's like I don't think she'll be moving that hard, man. Another thing that bothers me is really this ponytail. I wonder if I can just re-add or rather redraw this ponytail so that it has some movement to it. Because the thought of it being static is kind of no. So I'm gonna copy this ponytail here. Not sure exactly what the plan is, but I'll make it work. Two, excuse me. Maybe back twice. Thinking back twice. I know it sucks for me to have to do, but I'll just redraw back in the leg. Get my artwork in. I low key be wanting to. I low key do be wanting to draw, but I can't find an excuse to do like actual drawing. It's just a bunch of like control paste, control paste. I get a little annoyed with having to control paste everything, but I also understand there's a way you have to do this if you want it done right. So unfortunately, I don't get to draw everything. Okay, when I shift, I'm going to shift between frames after I'm done drawing this out, and I'm going to just look at it to make sure this portion specifically of the ponytail I just drew in isn't like screwed up, because it can be screwed up. I don't know exactly where the break for this part of the ponytail is, but I do acknowledge that it looks off. If I were to guess, it'd be right here. So I'll just put it there. All right, redraw back in the leg. I don't even think I have to do it on the top. Nope, don't even have to do the top layer for it. Awesome. Yeah, just trim this leg here. Okay. Mm, it's a little tricky there, but okay. She's got wonky lighting right here. I'm not sure. I shifted the ponytail a couple. That might be just part of the ponytail. But technically, given the way she shaded, that's actually her leg too. So I'll do this. Alright, and that's my one shift. I'll have to draw this bell back on the ponytail too. I just low-key don't remember exactly what was here, to be honest. I'm gonna color pick and take this brown, jump to the top layer, reapply the bell that I somehow took off. I don't know how high the bell goes. I'm gonna say it goes there for now. Okay, that's my 5, 4. So the bell is dark up top. Then for the shifting portion of the ponytail, all of that looks like one thing, but I think it looks fine like this too. Yeah, I gotta edit that bell. That's gonna drive me crazy. So I'm just putting that dark pixel back up top on the bell, and it helps separate it from a leg a little bit too. Save it, close it. Okay, that's my quadruple 5. I'm gonna have to move this back too. Quadruple 4. Yeah. I gotta move that back, man. All right, let's edit this one. Okay. Now that I know that bell is dark up top, that's a little easier. So do I do one movement or two? Think of one. I'll do one for the bell for now. Go down to the initial layer, delete whatever's behind it that I don't need. Okay. Mm, do my best attempt to carry it down. Actually, let's do the bell first so I don't have to do it later. Should be like this and like this. Okay. Put that dark part on the bell too. All right, let's focus up. All right. How would this move? Uh, uh, I think like this, and it wouldn't be fully dark. I'm just choosing these colors for now, cause I can. Okay. And all right. Let's grab the yellow. I'm gonna just plug the yellow in here. I'm still on the top layer. Okay, and that's just a slight bend in the other direction. I have to top that leg off too. I'm on the bottom layer here. I'm gonna see if I can edit it through the bottom layer. Yeah, I can. Alright, so I'm just gonna drag this down like this. I'm gonna completely and fully just erase this part of the tattoo, like so. And that looks good to me. Given the way her leg is shaded, I'm not so sure that this would be that dark. So I'm gonna use that for that part of her leg. How's that look? I don't know, I can't gauge. Actually, I think that was fine before. I'll leave it dark. Yeah, I can't tell. I don't know, that's jarring me a little bit. I don't know. I uh, I feel better with it being dark like this. I'll just leave it. I'll leave it the way it is. Well, technically, given the slide on the top of a leg, this should go back further. This shouldn't even be here, to be honest. It should be dark up top. So I'm gonna take this pixel, shift it back like that. It should be like that technically. I know you have no clue what I'm
what I'm doing, let alone talking about. But I think I understand how this works. It should definitely look this way though, so I'm just gonna leave it like that, even though I'm fearful of the pixels changing tone. I'll leave it like this. I'm sorry, I'm fixated or dwelling on something I probably shouldn't be stuck on. Okay, making sure. All right, yeah, looks good. Proper shift. Save it out. Close it out. So now I have a full movement of the ponytail and her bang. Awesome. And what's that? Three, four, five. So three, four, five. Three, four, five is gonna have to run back into itself for this animation. So it's one through five. Save it out. I'm gonna jump back into the animation. This is the crouching animation, by the way. I'm gonna have to do some separation here so I don't confuse myself. I'm gonna put idle. It's gonna be an invisible idle that can't be read by the coding. I tend to caps lock it too, so I can focus on it better. The idle goes down. It says loop start. So the loop start, I think low key the loop start is actually the idle, and this is my prep frames, which is the boob drop, the boob and hair drop. So prep frames, these are good to go. I don't have to touch these. My idle frames, let's make a space. So for my idle frames, these are the ones I have to edit. This 200, I'm guessing, is the initial idle frame before blinking, which is just 5 frames for the blink. Uh, so I'm gonna program in, or rather code in, my new animation. One, two, three, four, five, four, three, two, one. And that's me. That's just the naming convention I'm doing for the quadruple digits. I think it was quadruple, not triple. Can't remember. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, okay, okay. Shouldn't there be a one right here? Or rather an initial, shouldn't there be an initial frame before all this animation stuff kicks in? Let's do this. Actually, I can take this zero and put this zero here. And then for this animation is its entirety. I don't know if I want it to go fast or slow. I have no clue. So I'm gonna do seven. Seven is a nice speed. It's a nice quick speed. It's just fast enough for me to be able to tell if I want to slow it down or speed it up usually. So I'm going to use this. Have to keep in mind that 5, 4, and 3 are the hair animation specifically. So I'm going to 3 these out because that's very important that they move faster because it's just their hair, her bang. And then I have a blink at the end. If this animation looks right, or if I manage to tune it in a manner so that it's perfect, I'll worry about the blink, which means I'll just triple up. I'll triple up this initial idle that I've created so far, and then I'll put the blink on the bottom, which will just spread it out so that the blink isn't every time she breathes. I.e., every time she moves her body back down, she's gonna blink, and it looks jarring. All right, let's just play it. Okay, there we go. I have an animated Cammy crouch. Oh, that looks so good. Too easy, right? I'm just eyeballing it, just skimming over it to see if there's anything I want to specifically tweak by hand myself. And there actually is. There's a couple things I want to tweak. Yeah, there's a couple things I want to tweak here. And I'm going to tweak it now. Jump into the frame, jump on the eraser here, turn the eraser down to 1 pixel, and remove that pixel off the bottom of her boot. Let's get the next one. I'll do this as fast as I can here. Okay, go to the next one. Edit that. Okay, Save it, close it, go to the next one. Awesome. That's all of them. What else? I know there was something else. I think your finger. Yeah, I don't like the way your finger moves. Let's I need to edit that finger. And don't worry, I can do a copy paste for the edit I make on this finger specifically, but that finger has to move back somehow. I'm gonna take this part, shift it like that, and I'm going to take this. Actually, this looks like the outer part of a glove. I don't think I can shift that. I can't safely shift that, but I'm definitely getting this part of the finger. And I'm gonna take it, copy it. Let's go a little higher just to make sure. Okay, copy it. I didn't mean to paste it. It's not a big deal though. Save it, close it. All right. And everywhere where that finger is jacked up, I'm gonna just plop it on top of it, like so. Okay. Yeah, that's better. I like that movement more. Shows actual shifting of her hand. Okay, save it out. Jump back into the animation, play the animation. Yeah, I freaking love that. What's going on with her initial frames though? No, it looks fine. Boob and hair drop. 1111. Something's up. So maybe the quadruple ones wasn't a good idea given its interference. So that means I've already used the triple ones at some point. So what I'm gonna do, hmm, maybe I can do with a zero. Let's try zero. I'll do a zero at the end of all of these new frames so that they don't mix up with the previous frames. That means I've already used this naming convention at some point and I forgot. Let's try this. I'm just gonna plug all these zeros back into the new frames here so that it reads it or whatever. All right, click apply, close. Hopefully that works out. 1110. Dang it. 1110. I've already used that too. Can I use 5? What about 3? What about 3? I think 3 will work. Sorry, I just didn't know. I didn't know I've already used the sometimes I do that. In the future, I'll make sure to check first to see if I've already used the numbering convention, and then I'll avoid it appropriately. Triple, yeah, let's do triple digits. It doesn't look like I use triple digits outside of triple nine. I'm gonna jump back into the framing. I'm gonna name this the proper frame, which is triple one. Uh-oh. One, 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 two, two. What's going on there? Oh, this is something else. This is my other one. And that's where the confusion comes in. That's why it's very important to name these. I'm in the right set now. But that's why it's very important to name these properly because you can get lost. Okay, triple five. Triple five should work. Save it out. Save that. Knew something was up. The prep frames were all jacked up. Now I'm gonna play it. Perfect. Sorry, just that boob and hair drop bothered me. Play it one more time. Beautiful. That's what she looks like in game now. A fully animated Cammy Crouch. Just gorgeous, man. It's so perfect. When I turn that reshade filter on, that removes all this pixelation from the it basically bumps the res up to 4K or whatever your television is to take the pixels out. When I bump the res up or when I actually just load it up in game, it's gonna look crazy, man. It's gonna look crazy good. But yeah, there you go. That's how you animate. My best friend, I love you, dog. God bless. For everybody else, even the atheists out there, God bless you.